Hi guys, I've broken the moles and molarity worksheet, end of year worksheet up into 3 different podcasts, so none of them got real big. And so let's just start here. We have, at the beginning of the worksheet, we have naming and writing formulas and calculating molar mass. Make sure you have your periodic table, so that I'm assuming you've all done this, and so done this worksheet, and if you're having any problems with your periodic table and maybe even your notes, you can figure out why you had a problem. So let's do the first one. The first one is an ionic compound, and its name, iron, is a transition element, Fe, and it has multiple oxidation states. Therefore, it would need Roman numerals after its name. So here, you would have iron 2 sulfate. I know it's iron 2 because sulfate is a -2. There's only one iron, so it has to be a +2. Molar mass. Okay, for molar mass, you take your periodic table, you look up iron and sulfur and oxygen. There are 4 oxygens, there's 1 sulfur and 1 iron. And so for the iron, I look at the mass, it's 55.847, and I think I'm just going to make it 56. And sulfur, I look at periodic table and I get 32. And oxygen, we all know, rounds to 16. And so we have the 4 times 16. Second, let me get my calculator here. Is 64. And then we have the 32 and the 56, which is 152 grams per mole. Down here, we have dihydrogen monosulfide. Obviously, this is a covalent compound, a molecule. It's using prefixes for the naming. Di means 2. So we have H2, and mono means 1. Remember, mono only goes on the second element, never on the first. And so that's H2S. For molar mass, I do the same thing. I have hydrogen and I have sulfur. 2 times 1 equals 2. And the sulfur is 1 times 32 equals 32. Add them both together. A mole of dihydrogen monosulfide would have a mass of 34 grams. Okay, phosphorus trichloride, I am using prefixes here, so I know that this is going to be a covalent compound, a molecule. Even if I didn't know phosphorus was a nonmetal, I would know that from the prefix. And of course, we are going to have phosphorus, and then we're going to have 3 chlorines. Then over for molar mass, I'm going to put phosphorus, 1 times 31 equals 31. And for your chlorine, you're going to have 3 of those times 35 equals 105. Add those up, 105 plus 31, and you get 136. SiO2, this is silicon dioxide. Molar mass, I would have Si. 1 times an oxygen, 2 times 16 equals 32. Silicon is 28. (60 grams per mole). Over here, I have an ionic compound. I have to look iron up. I see that iron is multivalent. So the name for this would be iron 2 phosphate. I know it's a 2 because I did the switcheroo here. So I have a -3 up here for phosphate, and I have a +2 over here for the irons. And so I know that the iron is a +2 oxidation state, so it's iron 2 phosphate. And I would take, for molar mass, I would do iron, and I would have 3 times, and phosphorus, I would have 2 times, and oxygen, I would have 8 times, and after I did all this, I would have a molar mass of 358 grams per mole. Gold 3 chloride, here you've been given the name. Again, you know it's ionic. You know gold must have more than one oxidation state, which it does. So we put, I'm just going to do it right here, Au, which is a +3, which I know because of this, in parentheses, and then I'm going to do Cl, and Cl is always a -1 in an ionic formula. And so then I know I'm going to need 3 of these. So we're going to have AuCl3. And then for Au, I'm going to have 1 times, and for chlorine, I'm going to have 3 times. And when I get all done, I get 302. Grams per mole. All right, here we have our first mole problem. Let's go ahead and look at this. It says how many molecules are in 1.38 moles of sugar. Remember, we always start with what we're given. In this case, that is 1.38 moles of sugar. Draw your factor bar out one place. Put the unit you want to get rid of right down here. Put the unit you want right up here if you know a direct conversion, and we do. We know that in 1 mole, we have 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. I write way bigger with my stylus than I do with a pen. All right, cancel, cancel. If I calculate now, will I have the unit that I want in my answer? Yes, I believe I will, because I am looking for molecules. Now, I am going to attempt to do something here. No, maybe I won't. So you're going to take your calculator. You're going to do 1.38 times 6.02, hit your EE key, 23 equals. And I got 8.31 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. By the way, molecules is MOLEC abbreviated, and moles is MOL. Okay, I think that's all for this one. So, if you have any questions, let me know, and go on now to the next one.